Howdy everybody, here comes Wheelhoss. This tune is lovely for a number of reasons. It's one of Bill Monroe's classic hard driving fiddle tunes. It also uses a particular structure that I want to talk about, and it also lends itself very well from being boiled down to some really essential elements that make it approachable, regardless of level. And so first I'll just play through it like I might play through it at a jam session, just so you can get a feel for the where this is coming from. Something like that. So the version that we're going to be doing will sound like this. That's it. And so let's jump into the tune, and then at the end we'll talk about how this should, the interesting things and why this is a nice introduction. This tune is a nice introduction into some classic bluegrass. Alright, so here we go. We're going to start out with a repeating line that's going to be taking advantage of a G arpeggio to start out. Nice thing about learning these little licks is that, and scales, is that you already know them, and they're little nuggets you have stored away to apply into different tunes. And so here we go. This is a G arpeggio, starting out on G for the A part. Open G, B, D, G, and then we're going to play an F natural note twice. Okay? And we'll talk about that after we're done learning the tune. Okay, we're going to repeat that. G. Do it again. G, B, D, G, F, F, G, B, D, T, F, F, D, 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 G. And notice that we're sliding there. We talked about slides in our blues lessons in G. Can't You Hear Me Calling? So if you need some more practice on that, feel free to refer to those videos. And then the A section that just repeats. Just that little bit. Then the B section, we've boiled it down to this. We'll go G, G, and then another G, G, E, D, A, B, A, G. So that sounds like. And then the next lick will be G, G, again, a little symmetry there. And then we're going to use our pinky to do the bluegrassiest slide I guess there is. And that's here. So that all together will be G, G, just G. Okay. And if you start on a B flat with that pinky, if you need help finding that, just play your A note. And then put your pinky right in front of that A note, and that's going to be your B flat. And so this slide will slide from B flat up to a B natural and back down towards a B flat. Again, these slides, we're not talking about, you don't have to be right on top of a B flat. You can't be, somewhere up. You got to be close around, but it's got to sound just like a singer would sing it. And that's a lick that Kenny Baker used in his rendition of Wheelhoss on his classic album. And so, you're not wasting time here. That's a lick that you can build on to play like Kenny. Okay, and then we just repeat the same section that we began with. So here we go. Or the same phrase. G, 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 E, D, A, B, A, G. Same phrase you learned. So pretty much the same as what we started out with. We're going to go. Same notes. We're going to take that first lick that we learned in the A part and bring it on over here to the B part. So all together for the B part. There you go. And listen to the album on this because it holds the in between the two B sections longer than you might expect. And it's nothing complicated. They just hold it about a measure longer. And so listen to that and to really learn the authentic way. For the way it would go, it's like 3, 4. So it's a 4 count before they come back in. But I really encourage you to listen to the album, and you'll, it's wonderful. And you'll also get the authentic version rolling around in your head. Okay, so that's our tune. And now, so important. So we're going to talk about a flatted seventh. Don't be intimidated if you aren't familiar with this. If this is old hat to you, then feel free to lightly brush over this. But this is one of the most important concepts, at least in bluegrass music, fiddling, and really, it's just everywhere. And so, what we'll do is we'll talk about it. Why not? First of all, what do I mean by flattened seventh? So let's count. We're in the G scale, G major scale. Ready? G. Open G, or any G, is 1. We'll start here. G, 2, A. Your third note goes on B. The fourth note is a C. Fifth note D. Sixth E. And seventh, F sharp. Well, a flattened seventh does exactly what you'd think it was, nothing complicated. It takes this seventh note in the scale, the F sharp, and makes it a little flatter. And by a little flatter, it means a half step. And so you go from F sharp down to what's a half step down below F sharp? Well, how about F natural? Right, and another way to think about this is, if you listen to the whole step, half step discussion before, then when you play that F, it's going to be a whole step below your G. So from your root, G, from the key note that you're in, so we're in G, so this note here is like the root tonic. The key note, it's a whole step below that. And this is something that we see all the time. It's used in different keys, but it's applied so many places. And here's just some quick examples off the top of my head. So Bill Monroe uses this a ton. For instance, in his tune Big Mon. The tune Old Joe Clark uses this. Let's say we're out of the key of A. Okay? So if we go through our A scale, A, B, C sharp, D, E, F sharp, G sharp. So our 7th note is actually G sharp. Same rules apply. Just flatten the G sharp, half step down. What do you have? You have a G. And so notice in this tune, Old Joe Clark. You know, which note is that? I go E, F sharp, G, F sharp, E, D, C sharp. So that's running by not the G sharp, but the G. It's also used in places where there's bluesy elements. So flattening that 7 can add some bluesiness to solos. So watch this. So that's a flattened 7. That's the F that we've been using. And you can do it on the lower registers too. And it adds a bluesy element to solos. The other thing it does is a great leading note. And so if you're listening to songs, and I'll just play an example here. So here's some classic lick from Carroll County Blues. Out of G. Again, we're going to be using this F and not F sharp. So and then in the other place, it really propels you towards another chord. So for instance, let's just say I played this. See how that builds a little tension? And then it'll let up whenever I go to that next chord, the D. And it's just the way our brains work, and it's used all the time. So like, out of A. Do that again. It's just basically used everywhere, and that's really my point. And so it's really important to get that under your fingers. And so this would be a great time to take the scales that we worked on and just flatten that seventh by a half step. And so in G, it's going to be G, A, B, C, D, E, F sharp, G, but that's going to get, the seventh's going to get moved back. And so this new version of a scale is just moving one note back. E, F natural, G. You can also do D the same way. So in D, the seventh that normally happens is, so just move that seventh back. So D, C sharp would be the seventh. Now just move that back to a C. A, B, C sharp, D, E, F sharp, G sharp is the seventh, so move that seventh back to a G. Now to A. And so that's the idea of flattened seventh, and that's Wheelhoss. That gives you a good opportunity to practice that concept out of the key of G. I hope that's helpful, and we'll see you around.